A very good morning to you, and thanks for joining us on VOP 90.3 FM for the front page review. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. It's another very wonderful day, and we hope that at least we'll have something good to chew on, something good to make our minds be at rest. Whatever it is, our Nigeria must be the Nigeria that we want, and we will make a resolution to put all our hands on deck. And as I always say, when you want a country to be good, you have to know what is going on in that country and be able to contribute your own quota to the development of that country. Nigeria is ours. So we'll listen to the headlines this morning. And this morning, we hope to go to The Sun, The Punch, The Nation, This Day, Vanguard, The Guardian, Daily Trust, Daily Post, and so many others. And we're hoping that you will lend a voice to the discussion that will shape our country ultimately. Once again, my name is Nyamgul Agaji, and this is Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We'll begin this morning with the headlines according to The Sun newspaper. The leading headline here is Gunmen Kill 5, Burn Church, Vehicles, Others in Anambra State. Now, other headlines are Nigerian military aircraft grounded in Burkina Faso over airspace violation. Gunmen kill 5, burn church, we've read that. Enugu set up task force against gender-based violence. Court rejects Kanu's request seeking transfer from Sokoto prison. Namdi Kanu, that is. U.S. Rep hails rescue of abducted Niger school children. You can find details of those stories in the Sun newspaper. Whatever interests you, when we open our phone lines, we hope that you are going to be able to call us and contribute. Now we move from the Sun newspaper to the Punch. The Punch leads with federal government defers 70% of 2025 capital projects to 2026. Now, other stories are federal government seeks a speedy trial of terrorists. Tinubu orders rescue of 115 as Bago receives 100 schoolgirls. Drug trafficking. India deports 32 Nigerians after crackdown. We also have probe begins as gunmen kill 6 in Anambra. Truck driver passenger die in Lagos road crash. Okay, others are POS takeover. Federal government ends cash payments in MDAs. Burkina Faso grounds Nigerian military aircraft over airspace violation. We also had that in the other newspaper. And Benin foiled coup. U.S. reviews travel warnings. Hostages regain freedom. Alleged fraud. EFCC seals Silva's Abuja house. And killing. U.S. delegation hold talks with Benue clerics and monarchs. From the Punch newspaper, we go over to the Nation. The Nation leads with President Tinubu, bring back all abductees. President Tinubu, bring back all abductees. Okay, you'll find the details there in the Nation newspaper. Mutwang's defection takes APC governors to 26. So out of 36 states, we have 26. So 10 others are not in APC. In the coming days, let's see how that goes. Tinubu in private talk with governors. Wike assures judiciary of president's continued support. Wike assures judiciary of president's continued support. I think let me just look a little bit at that story. It says the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has reiterated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will continue to support the judiciary to enhance productivity, reduce delays, and uphold the independence and integrity of the judiciary. The minister announced that budgetary provisions had been made to construct additional residential houses for FCT High Court judges to mitigate housing shortages and ensure all judicial officers are appropriately accommodated. Okay. Now, we have other stories here as well. Transfer request, transfer request. Court orders Namdi Kanu to serve motion on federal government NCOS. Rivers Algon endorses president for second term. Association of Local Government. Is that what it is? Okay. Rivers Algon endorses president for second term. 23 local government chairmen in Rivers State, under the auspices of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, and ward councillors have formally endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027 presidential election. Okay, how do we call this? They say campaigns have not started, but okay, well, let's go on. Federal government initiates 50 million naira research entrepreneurship grants for students. And Nigeria, US moving in right direction, says Riley Moore. Okay, those could be, or those headlines are on the Nation newspaper, so you can look them up. We move on to This Day newspaper. This Day leads with Adamawa to launch immunization drive to boost health care. And others, Barao hails Nigeria's military intervention in Benin, attempted coup. Court refuses Nnamdi Kanu's application for transfer from Sokoto Correctional Center. Attempted coup, Benin president thanks army leaders for remaining loyal. Ogun State 2026 budget and Abiodun's bold revenue target is also on the news this morning. Tinubu, corruption eroding effective public service delivery globally. That's what our president has said. So it's not only our problem, it's a problem, it's a global problem. So it's not just Nigeria. Okay. Now, Rivers landlords commend Fubara on infrastructure, other developments. Okay. That's on This Day newspaper. We move to the Punch, or rather the Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard leads with Tinubu seized Benin Republic airspace legally. That's according to Senate source. President Bola Tinubu requires at least 14 days to consult the Senate for approval in the event of troops deployment for combat operations in another country. That's what the provisions say. But a Senate source who disclosed this to Vanguard spoke against the backdrop of claims in some quarters that the president needed to seek the Senate's approval 24 hours before or after deployment of troops. This came as two high-ranking Benin army officers yesterday regained freedom, having been taken hostage by those behind the coup. This is even as the presidency described Nigeria's response to the attempted coup as a demonstration of President Bola Tinubu's leadership in promoting peace and constitutional order across West Africa. Interesting. Okay, insecurity in Nigeria and industry. That's according to ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo. Nigeria military flight grounded in Burkina Faso over alleged airspace violation. Nigeria military flight grounded in Burkina Faso over alleged airspace violation. Maybe they also are thinking they may have entered the country to do what they did in Benin. Okay. Now, other stories are dollar to naira exchange rate today, December 9, 2025. Try to see how the dollar or the naira is progressing in the market. It will also give you a bargaining chip when you enter the market to buy some things. Trust me, it works. Nigeria military flight grounded in Burkina Faso, we already have that. China moves to fast-track zero tariff access for Nigerian exports. Binding constraints show manufacturing growth at 1.25% in the third quarter of 2025. Federal government borrows 4.72 trillion naira through treasury bill sales in the fourth quarter of 2025. All these are from Vanguard. CBN grants final operation licenses to 82 BDCs. Bureau de Change, I'm sure. Federal government SEC NGX group forged unified direction on capital gains tax reforms. Nigeria ranked among top global sources of cyber attacks. That is Union Bank CEO. Federal government bans cash payments for its services, and 100 students released by terrorists handed over to Niger State government. Let's look at that story about banning cash payments for its services. The federal government is set to implement full cashless policy in the collection of its revenues, banning cash payments with effect from January 1, 2025. Under the arrangement, there will be a new mandatory e-receipt system and full-scale rollout of the Revenue Optimization RevOp platform. A document released by the Federal Minister of Finance in Abuja yesterday showed that the RevOp, a unified digital ecosystem for monitoring, reconciling, and optimizing government revenues, would apply to all federal government agencies. And according to the statement, as from January 1, 2026, the Federal Treasury e-receipt will become the only valid and legally recognized receipt for all federal government transactions. Well, let's see how that goes in a country where we want to do cashless policy, and then even putting your money in the bank seems to be a wasteful venture in Nigeria, or something that will deplete your finances instead of helping your finances to grow. I hope the federal government will do something about all these tariffs, all these cuts that have been coming into our savings, our small savings that are not even there. Okay, the Guardian newspaper is next, and this leads with police confirm killing of driver passengers abduction in Imo. And we have other stories. Zulum pledges to repatriate 12,000 refugees from Cameroon. Zulum, that's the Borno State governor. Army foils robbery, rescues kidnapped victims in Taraba operation. SCOAN holds yearly Thanksgiving tax Nigerians on godly living. You remember SCOAN? You remember Emmanuel TV? You remember the famous pastor? Okay, so we now... Chief of Army Staff commissioned War Gaming Center to boost deployment of troops. Lagos auto crash claims 2 lives, others injured. Court voids police publication declaring lawyer wanted. Bandits kidnap 3 family members in Kwara. Group sensitizes Enugu community on social protection program. And Ogun warns residents against indiscriminate dumping of waste. That's from the Guardian newspaper. So quickly now, price war. Nigerians opt for cheaper petrol at NNPCL other retail outlets. That is from the Daily Post. 11 Nigerian soldiers captured by military regime in Burkina Faso. That's a story there. Conclude recognition or renegotiation by December 31 or face nationwide shutdown. That's according to SANU, telling the federal government. And then we also will move quickly to yet another newspaper, and this is Daily Trust. It leads with revival. ECOWAS Union detains Nigerian soldiers after thwarting of Benin Coup. We'll find out what that is. And a little to that story is that at least 11 Nigerian soldiers are currently being detained in Burkina Faso, one of the 3 countries that broke away from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, as a result of coups. ECOWAS had suspended Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso due to the toppling of democratic governments in those nations. In protest, the 3 countries floated the Confederation of Sahel States, AES, to rival a regional bloc that is ECOWAS. Now, okay, so we'll find out more. What's going on? Why are they being detained? So we'll find out if there's something else that we are not seeing. And then on the Echo News, we'll just take the story that Oni installs First Lady Remi Tinubu. In fact, gives Remi Tinubu a chieftaincy title. That is what I just can say about that. So right now, we're going to join Rufai for his own perspective of the headlines this morning. Stay with us.
The story I must have to bring to our notice is this airstrike that Nigeria went to do in Benin Republic. Obviously, President Tinubu did violate the constitution because he did not inform the Senate. But there's also a lacuna in that law that says that if it was a limited airstrike, that he can go and inform the Senate after he had done the airstrike. So hopefully today he'll be able to involve the Senate and inform them and get permission about it. But the question we should also ask is, go back and look at and appreciating the role we played in all of this matter. And thirdly, like I said, you see, in as much as we condemn coups and we say, oh, they are not right and all of that, what we should also tell our African leaders is they should stop behaving like Yahoo boys. When you rig election and you suppress opposition and you do everything to favor you, you are behaving like a Yahoo boy. Talon has done the same. He has changed the laws in Benin to favor him. He has done all sorts. And until we try to speak truth to power to all of these leaders, we're not going to get anything done on the African continent. And they will only continue with all of this abysmal outlook on things. So please, we would like to call all and sundry to order. We don't want coups on the African continent, but the leaders too must do right. We can't just be saying we don't want coups, but the leaders are not doing right. Elections must count. Opposition must not be stifled. There must be integrity in the system. The systems must work. Opposition must not be suppressed. Look at what is happening across all the opposition party. It's all clear that it's a ploy by this administration to be able to ensure that nobody vies against President Tinubu. Wike came out openly to say it. The same Wike that was, he said it. Some APC, PDP members have been known to say that he said that was terms of condition for peace in the PDP. So please, let us do better. Are we doing better as of now? No, we're not. Can we do a whole lot better? Yes. And that's why we should call on our leaders and ensure that they do effectively well for the country. So we can't keep saying, yes, we condemn coup, we condemn coup, we condemn coup. But leaders are making it easier for these coups to happen. And Nigerians, please, don't support somebody because he's your bedmate or he's your tribe mate. No. Speak the truth. And that's why people like Obasanjo are saying that Boko Haram is lasting longer than the Civil War, because they've already turned out an industry about it now. Till today, the federal government has not told us who were those that gave the order for the military to leave the school in KB until the girls were attacked. Till today, the federal government said, okay, we brought over 100 people back from Niger. Question is, where are the bandits that arrested them in the first place, that took them away? Are you not going to bring them to book? Are you not going to attack them? Is it not the same country that our judicial system gave Nnamdi Kanu life imprisonment, and a bandit that committed crime that we've seen the evidence gave him 20 years imprisonment? So what kind of nation are we building? What kind of nation are we building? Mike is still upsetting the apple cart in his party. We say Makindin and everybody, Bala Muhammad, all they met him in the party. Nobody can inject him. And if Wike claims he loves his party so much, anyway, it's shown that he doesn't love his party. He loves his interests. He's trying to defend with President Tinubu. Why will he say he doesn't want the party to be able to produce a candidate? Our World Bank debt keep increasing. It has hit about 9.65 billion, and we'll keep borrowing more. We'll keep borrowing more and more and more. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's do what is right for this country. Can't afford this hypocrisy to continue on the African continent, but our leaders too must do what is well.
Okay, so a couple of stories still making the rounds. There's a story and a video making the round about Governor Adeleke. You see, if you don't stamp your foot on the ground as a governor, then nothing will happen. People will disrespect you and ride over you. That's exactly what happened with Governor Adeleke and President Buhari. As we speak, President Buhari is not elected. For her to go to a state, a governor is speaking, singing, dancing, and for her to be telling the governor that you only have 5 minutes to take up, so that was off-putting, that was disrespectful. Would anybody dare try that to President Tinubu while he was speaking? Would anybody dare go to him and try that with him while he was speaking? Would anybody have done that? These are the things we keep talking about. The level of higher, level of who, if they are there, that was in power. Even the man was current governor is part. Just choose this. Don't go out there while he's speaking. And to wrap up the governor.
So like I was saying, I'm quickly going to react to some stories making the rounds. Number one is the story of Governor Adeleke. I saw the president's wife. She was there, and what did she do afterwards? She told him to quickly wrap up while he was speaking. The question I'd like to ask for all of those that are defending the president's wife is, would anybody have been able to do that to President Tinubu while he was governor in Lagos? No. Because if for anything, President Tinubu asserted himself while he was governor. But it is Adeleke that accepted such a treatment. That a governor of a state is speaking in his state, and you're telling him to wrap up while he was singing. Even if he was singing, that's his own way of relating and communicating with his people. You are in his state, you are being given a title in the state. You can't come and tell him to wrap up for time and hurry the man up. But it speaks volumes of the political situation in the country as we speak. It speaks volumes as regards what is going on in Nigeria. When everybody is subservient, oh, it's Mr. President or nothing. I mean, the governor of a state is the governor of a subnational. It's like a small country within a country. Nobody should have the right, especially when the person is not even another fellow governor, not holding any political position, just the wife of the president, to now say that to you and be hurrying you up while you're speaking. It speaks volumes. And these are the things we keep talking about. Hopefully, they will hear. The fact-finding mission by the Americans, yes, finally started in Lagos. And we've been able to see, they said they've asked questions about what is happening, the persecution of Christians and the likes, which is a good one. But all we are just waiting for now is action. And it's a big indictment on Nigeria, if anybody has not told us the truth, that it is foreigners that are coming to do fact-finding mission in our country about problems that government ought to provide solutions for, but they cannot provide solutions for. It speaks on the level of governance in our country, and it's a blight on all of us. And we must learn to do better. Because if we don't do better, we keep revolving around the cycle. And it's a bad cycle. It's a cycle of pain. It's a cycle of reproach. It's a cycle of hurt. May God open our eyes to see properly.
So some stories still making the rounds today. The Burkina Faso Faso government has said that Nigeria violated its airspace. So they detained our jet Hercules C-130. They said we did not get authorization before we flew into Bobujo last week. But I think to a large extent the Nigerian government will be able to sort this out with the government of Burkina Faso. NNPC saying it spends over 140 billion on what you call frontier basin exploration. The question is, since they've been spending these multi-millions on frontier basin exploration, what has it yielded? Because you see, I saw the NNPC books recently, and it leaves a lot to be desired. Look at the immense money expended on some of these assets, frontier basin and the likes. And the question is, what's the cost-benefit analysis? And that's what bedevils Nigeria all the time. And that's why you see the reps. I mean, the House has been calling for the NNPC to come and give justification for some of its spendings. In fact, they have given an ultimatum until the 15th of this month to be able to give those justifications. And if they don't give those justifications, they're saying they're going to take them on. And these are the questions we should ask. So, what is all of this increased spending the NNPC does? What's the level of accountability the NNPC has got? Because they've been talking about all sorts of funds, and they've been talking about all sorts of spending. And at a time when things are down for Nigeria, and you're seeing this level of spending, so I'm happy that the reps is summoning them over the audit reports. There are still some gray areas in the audit reports. We need to be able to see a lot more in that audit report, but also NNPC should be able to stop all of these spendings that are not justified. It's a very sad one. 185 million and 14 billion for frontier exploration fund. What's the production capacity from there? Komani that we launched the other day. What is Komani giving Nigeria in return? What are we taking in taxes from Komani? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. President Tinubu has directed security agencies to ensure the release of the remaining abducted schoolgirls. Yes, they were returned to Niger State, abducted the Niger State children. They were returned to Niger State the other day. And I'm sure they're going to go through physical examination. But this should never happen again. But that's the sad reality of Nigeria, because the truth is, it will happen again. And you know what will happen again? The abductors have not been brought to book. The perpetrators have not been brought to book. So that's why it will happen again. There's an attack in Nuafian and Lilu communities, Aniya local government area of the states. I've been talking about Lilu for a while now. In fact, I have raised the case of Lilu for a while now, because I have some people on ground. 4 people were murdered in cold blood on Sunday in the Ariafon market area, while 1 person was killed in Lilu when government invaded the community. It's not clear if the church service was in session when the gunmen who had been terrorizing the community stormed the area, but they reportedly opened fire on the church premises, killing 1 person yet to be identified. The church was set on fire. These developments have been confirmed by the police in the state, who also revealed that the efforts have been made to track down and arrest the perpetrators of these acts. It's a very sad one that occurred in the Lilu community. It just shows the spirit of insecurity that happens. Army kills protesters. Peacekeeping operation in Adawas that are really taking a bad turn when army soldiers opened fire on armed protesters in Lamode local government area, killing at least 9 civilians and 5 of them women, and injuring others. It's another very sad one. the federal government is launching an equity-free seed for researchers of 50 million. This is a welcome development anyway. They've launched a student venture capital grant for researchers who are focused on STEM, access up to 50 million in equity-free funding to expand and commercialize research. This is something good. The only part is speaking that is harder to be a monarch than to be a governor. In the press statements, the monarch made the assertion on Monday while receiving the owner of land that paid him a courtesy visit. The former government explained that while government officials operate with constitutional and coercive power, traditional rulers work without such authority, yet must meet high expectations from people. So that's why I'm saying it's harder to be a monarch than to be a governor. President Tinubu wants to do a private meeting with 6 APC governors in Aso Rock. Don't forget, some governors too did meet in Lagos. Maybe it's on the heels of the meeting. The meeting is still hush-hush. We'll be able to get details from them. Business is free spending and expansion ahead of January 2026. So as Nigeria is yet to implement a new tax regime, uncertainty surrounding the reforms have triggered quiet but widening freeze in spending and investment and expansion for businesses around the country. While the federal government and tax authority insist that reform will simplify taxation and ease burden, the Sun made an investigation that revealed that there's lack of clarity around implementation and has left many businesses in limbo. So businesses are being cautious as regards this action. I think once it gets into effect, a lot of people will be able to know how to meander it, and a lot of people will know how to be able to go through what it entails. These are some stories making the rounds today.
Thank you very much to Rufai. You're still listening to Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and it's a newspaper review, it's front page review that we are having right now. And quickly, after listening to Rufai, we're being joined by our guest here in the studio, our usual guest here in the studio, Prince Chilaka. Good morning and welcome
morning.
To the program.
How are you?
I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm glad that you started with a smile, with some kind of laughter. I hope it's not sarcastic.
We can't kill ourselves.
Something must kill a man. So,
you're right.
Yeah. Okay, so we've listened to the headlines, and what are your thoughts about some of the headlines that we listened to today?
Well, I think I'm going to be looking at the impounding of Nigerian aircraft in Burkina Faso. I think that the guys are really worried that maybe what happened in Benin is about to happen, and but I think it's totally wrong. It's totally disrespectful for the Nigerian government to invade any airspace without the consent of the country. I mean, we talk about sovereignty in Nigeria. I remember when Donald Trump was talking about gun blazing and all of that, and suddenly we just saw everybody in Nigeria doing a video talking about Nigerian sovereignty and all of that. So when charity begins at home. So when you begin to talk about your own sovereignty, you must also consider the sovereignty of other nations. So whatever they've gone there to do, well, it's going to be sorted out diplomatically, but I think Nigeria too won't take that. Nobody would allow you to invade their space without their consent. So in as much as Nigeria wants to play the big brother, which we used to be known as the giant of Africa and all of that, but we must start from home. We must ensure that we've taken care of our insecurity. We must be sure that Nigerians are able to feed well. We must be sure that the educational system is working. We must be sure of good governance. We must be sure that we have credible elections. So we must set the pace before we begin to talk about outside. And I think that's just it.
Well, what is it that emboldened them to do what they did? Is it the success in Benin Republic that gave them the thought that they could invade any country? Especially knowing that Burkina Faso is not even part of ECOWAS anymore.
Exactly. So the thing is, sometimes you always hear that power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. And to a large extent, with what is playing out in Nigeria, we're tilting towards dictatorship. We may think it's funny, but we're tilting towards that.
Are we tilting or we're there?
Because if you see a situation where everybody is decamping to APC, and some of the utterances of the governors that have decamped is saddening. You ask yourself, how did we get to this? If you're telling me you're decamping to APC, and you're telling me that you're doing it because the federal government has done this and done that, and Nigerians are happy, yes, but we're not seeing anything. Rather, we're suffering. So you find out that those who are decamping for selfish reasons, not because of the Nigerian people. But unfortunately, Nigeria has become a country where the sovereignty of the people no longer matter. What matters is the will of the politicians.
Oh, that's serious. Okay, well, still talking about security and invasion of any country at all, we've heard of the success of the Nigerian troops in Benin Republic. But we also have information that before that kind of a thing can be done, the Senate, the approval of the Senate needs to be sought, and it doesn't seem as if it was sought in this case. And the president went ahead, gave the order, they did what they did, and even the Senate now, instead of saying, why did you do this, are giving a nod that he did well.
Well, when you have a leadership vacuum, so to say, Nigerians have called the Senate all manner of names, and the Senator has come to say, oh, we're not rubber stamp. But that's what they have turned themselves to be. I mean, okay, let us take it a bit further. Look at when Donald Trump came and said he was going to, send troops to Nigeria. Did he do it? It's passing through a process. And the process is, it must be approved by the Senate and the House. But we just have a system where we have a country where your Senate President, Akpabio, told you from day one that whatever the president brings to the table, we approve that. Just for the president to conceive it, it is approved. So you ask yourself, what kind of Senate are we running? The Senate has become a drain pipe, has become a problem to democracy in Nigeria. And I think it is time we scrap the Senate. If not because of the outcry of Nigerians, by now you wouldn't have had a proper screening of the new Minister of Defense. After all, you heard some senators saying, just bow and take a walk. And then you ask, what is going on? If we're spending such amount of money on these men and women who just sit there, some sleeping, some who have never passed one, some who have never spoke for once, it is time we begin to think of scrapping it. It's becoming a drain pipe to the Nigerian economy.
But if we scrap it and we still leave maybe the House of Representatives, because that's really representative of the people.
If we scrap it, we will leave the House and then we'll reduce the number of persons and we'll not make it pay as you go.
Will that ensure integrity in the House?
You see, the thing is, when people are employed and you take salary for doing nothing, it's free lunch.
It's because the employers do not even know their rights.
No, it's because
the people who are the employers of these people, and we're not doing anything.
Because they have shortchanged the people. They have shortchanged the people. They've boxed the people into a wall, and the people no longer are not thinking out of the box. The people are not thinking of how do we get out of this hole that they've pushed us into. And this whole thing starts with when you collect money during campaigns, during elections. You mortgage yourself to them. You sell your conscience to them. And until Nigerians begin to realize that 100,000, that 200,000, that 500,000, that 1 million they're giving to you during the electioneering process is not worth it. So Nigerians must begin to say, no, we want to elect credible leaders. And that is what we're saying. Let us have an electoral reform. But if you notice, the government has kept quiet. INEC is doing as if they're sleeping. So we need to have a reform. We need to have a proper electoral process that ushers in credibility, ushers in, people who are worth the salt.
Interesting. Well, the Niger school children that were abducted have been rescued. Should we applaud the security apparatus we have, or should we applaud the federal government? Or we should just hide our faces in shame?
I think it was last week when the National Security Advisor went to Niger State to pay a visit. I think it was around Monday or so, after the parents of these children had protested, and he said something that I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. He said the children are doing fine. Yes, he said so, and that they will soon come back. And then I asked myself, I said, does it mean that he's communicating with these bandits? Does it mean that he has seen these children? Now, 100 has been pushed out, maybe to impress the American delegates. I mean, the Americans that came for fact-finding, maybe to impress them. But the question like Rufai asked, which is the question every Nigerian is asking, who are these bandits? Where are they keeping these children? How are they feeding these children? How are they baiting these children? How are they providing medical care for these children? And how come, they release them, they release a part, and they hold on to a part, and then we're saying, they were rescued. How were they rescued? In the process of rescuing them, was anybody killed? Was anybody arrested? So I think the government should not be talking about rescue. What the government should be talking about is more like what happened in the ones of, is it Katsina State? That they were released. So when you say rescue, you and I are all educated. We know what it means to go and rescue people from the hands of bandits. There must be gunshots, exchange of gunshots. There must be arrests made. But when you don't make an arrest and you're telling us you rescue them, how did you rescue them? How come you only rescued 100? Round figure. You only rescued 100, a round figure. And then they're still holding about 115 or so. So are you saying that the children were separated? So, they were distributed in such a way that you rescued 10 here, you rescued 15 here, and at the end of the day it's 100. And when you were rescuing them, nobody was watching over them.
They were just wandering in the bush, maybe. They picked them up.
No. The truth is that nobody's telling them. Well, the government feels you don't have your right to know the truth.
Is it because they think we don't have the right, or they think heavens will not fall?
Well,
because they know that we should know.
No, they know they should tell us, but they don't care.
Okay, we might revisit the security issues a bit later on, but the federal government has said that there's going to be an end to cash payments in NDAs. So POS will take over. They need receipts, e-receipts, and all that. So they want to make our economy a cashless economy. With all the things we are seeing in the banking sector and all that, how feasible is the cashless economy in Nigeria, and how good or otherwise is this policy they're bringing now?
Well, if you say cashless policy, it's good. It helps to give more value to your currency and all of that. But in a country where you have to pay bandits and kidnappers with cash, same cash you cannot get across the counter in the bank, same cash you cannot get from the ATM machines. So where does that leave us? But every weekend, when there's a party, you see people selling naira.
Clean naira.
And you ask, where do they get it from? Is it that some Nigerians have printing press in their houses where they print it? When you say you want to run cashless, you need to, first of all, look at the banks. You need to purge the banks. Something is fundamentally wrong with our banking system. So you need to purge the banks in such a way that you walk into the bank, you want to get 1 million naira, you can't get it. They tell you, you can't take more than 20,000 naira.
They said they've reviewed that, and
but
the amount of money you can get is more now.
But I mean, it's on paper. Walk into the banks.
It will not affect me. I've not seen 2 million.
But then you see, the most funny part of it is that when you need 10 million naira cash to pay bandits, the banks make it available. So where do they get the cash from?
What about the tariffs? You want to make a withdrawal, you want to send some money, you want to do this, and they keep reducing your money. Nigerians, from people who have made some research, they're saying that there are not many Nigerians that have even up to 2 million in their accounts. And then you keep reducing it because of tariff. There's VAT here, there is electronic transfer charges here and there. And your money is depleting once it goes into the bank, and we want to do it.
Well, that's why a lot of people have opted not to be putting their money in banks anymore.
So how can we go cashless with this kind of thing?
It's imaginary, but that's the truth. Because at the end of each time you do a transaction, the banks withdraw money from your account. They send you an SMS, they withdraw money from your account.
Some of which goes to the federal government.
At the end of the month, they still send you the debit to account without clearing with you. They call it ATM card maintenance fee. This. So you now ask yourself, how many times will you be taxed? And what are the regulators doing? You recall when Fashola was the Minister of Power. And this discourse at the end of every month they were collecting 750 naira from Nigerians for service unrendered. Whether they render service or not, you pay 750, and that ran into billions. He stopped it, but when he stopped it, were Nigerians compensated? Nigerians were not compensated. So we have a country where we are living in fear of our leaders, which should not be that way. The trust deficit is so high. And if the government come out now and say this, Nigerians will say, no, look at it very well. Go and check if it is morning. Go and check if it is night. You recall when what happened in Benin happened, and the news broke out that Nigeria had taken its aircraft and all of that to Benin. It took hours before the government accepted. So assuming the coup didn't succeed, assuming things had gone haywire, what would the Nigerian government tell the Nigerian people?
Government lies all the time. Okay, we're quickly running out of time, so let's look at the political angle of this headlines today. Mufwang's defection takes APC governors to 26. Taraba State governor has defected already, and we are thinking that Mufwang will also leave the party that he is now. So what does that make Nigeria? Is this really a democracy? Is it a one-party system we're going to? And if we get to that, how will Nigeria fare? The democracy in Nigeria, how will it fare with a one-party system?
In the last 48 hours, I've been trying to understand why the military struck in Benin Republic. And I came across something very, very interesting to me. Well, is the fact that in 2016, when their current president came to power, there was something he did. First of all, he tinkered with the constitution and then the electoral law, where he made it difficult for any other person to contest. And they added a clause and saying that for you to contest, you must have about 10 or 15 members to endorse your candidacy. And so that shrinkled the number of political parties and shrinkled the ability of other individuals to contest. I think we're gradually sliding into that in Nigeria. We're gradually sliding into a situation where at the end of the day, we might not have anybody contesting against the president. My worry and my fear is the way these governors who are decamping are beginning to behave like, Rottweilers. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, I remember when he defected, he said something. He said his defection will not affect other political parties. But I think a few days back, was it yesterday or a few days back, over the weekend or so, he had another parley. And it was clear. He said if you are not a member of APC, you cannot get contract in the state. You cannot even get any appointment in the state. Edo State governor came out with his own and says, if you're not wearing the cap of the president, you will not enter government house. You will not even be attended to by anybody. So what kind of people do we have as leaders? What kind of people? So we're just being pushed into a one-party state. And people think it's a joke. It's not a joke. Democracy means that we must have options. We must be free to elect who we want. But now we're being pushed to say, no, you have no right to decide who you want. We will tell you who you want. Just as the government decides what they give to Nigerians and not what Nigerians want. That is why your president will, so I'm coming. That's why your president will wake up and start a coastal highway without addressing the ones already in existence. We have all the roads in Nigeria are motorable. You're not addressing them, or you're focused on building a coastal highway.
Now, my question I want to ask is this multi-party system really working? Or like some people have advocated, if we must have more than one party, let's have two parties so that we know that the opposition will be strong enough? Because this multi-party system seems to be like some people who have the means can just form a party to destabilize a strong party, and that's what is happening in Nigeria.
Well, when we had the NRC and the SDP, we were close to that. And yes, I think it is time we begin to decide, are you a Democrat or are you a Republican? But for us to achieve that, we need to look at the obnoxious 1999 Constitution, where you decamp from one party to another and hold on to the power of the party you are living. That's where the problem is. If you were going to decamp and you know that you're leaving the party that brought you to office and you're losing that office, nobody would decamp.
We saw on the news yesterday that that's one of the provisions of the Constitution that people want to amend. People want amended, and the Senate is saying no to that. They reject it.
They are all beneficiaries of the rubbish we have. Your senators and honorable members are beneficiaries of the rigging that happens during elections.
Okay, very quickly now, because we have to pay some bills after this. What do you think about Wike's statement? Wike assures judiciary of president's continued support. What do you think about the president?
Wike has always been using
apart from
accommodation to bribe the judiciary.
Very good.
It's nothing else than bribe.
How can the judiciary stand alone?
The judiciary, the Constitution makes it clear. We have three arms of government: the executive, the legislative, the judiciary. They are all independent and they should work in such a manner. But that's not what is happening. The executive has swallowed the other two. And unfortunately, we seem to be having CJN and ministers of justice that dance to the tune of the presidency.
They're political appointees right now.
It's so shameful, honestly.
Political appointees. Okay, well, I wish we had more time, Prince Chilaka, but this is where we have to wrap it up so that we will pay some bills, and when we return, we'll take some calls from our fans that have been itching to say something as well. We'd like to thank you for your time this morning.
You're welcome.
Well, we've been talking with Prince Chilaka. We were trying to x-ray some of the headlines that made it to the front pages of some of our national dailies. It's still a Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. And I'm your host, Nyamgul Agaji. In a short while, we'll be paying some bills. And when we return, we will hear you talk. Stay with us.
Pinot Properties Limited present the Pinot Christmas Splash from October 1st to December 31st, 2025. Celebrate the season with amazing appreciation gift when you invest in any Pinot Properties project. Enjoy exciting rewards such as food items, household appliances, and electronics based on your investment category. Plus, every verified client automatically qualifies for a free client Christmas bonanza with mouth-watering gifts. Plot 170, Janet Fagbemisi Street, Diamond Estate, Amu Odofi, Lagos. Or visit any of our branches in Abuja, Sokoto, Vietnam, and Alaba, Lagos. Don't miss out. Invest smart, celebrate big. Pinot Properties, we care for your future. Call 0704-7208-387 or 0916-841-4662 for details. Terms and conditions apply. Pinot Properties, we care for your future.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cotat fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J Cotat fuse and distribution board, Nipo Cotat fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover Cotat fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo Cotat fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product, na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J, na you Pico.
We're glad to know you're still there and listening to us. This Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. This is Front Page Review, where we amplify your voice. What do you think about what made it to the front pages of some of our national dailies this morning? You need to know what is going on, and you need to lend your voice. No matter how small that voice may be, it will add to the pool of other voices to make an impact in our nation. And then we'll sprinkle in a little bit of prayers as well, because sometimes what I just think is that Nigeria, we need a lot of prayers. Okay, so we're opening our phone lines now, 0700 903 903 903. That's the headline, or that's the number to call us if you want to call us, 0700 903 903 903. If you want to send us a WhatsApp message or you want to call us via WhatsApp, the number is 081 7175 6338. I'll take that again, 081 7175 6338. Okay, so call us now and let us know what you think. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
good morning to you, sir.
My name is Obina, calling from Egypt.
Obina, thanks for joining us. Go right ahead and tell us what your thoughts are.
What the American is doing now is not what we expect from them. They have dashed our hope. When Trump made that statement, we just like it poured cold water in our hearts. But Nigerian government have corrupted them. What they are doing now is not what we expect from them. We think that they want to come and deliver us and flush all these bandits and terrorists away from our country. But now we are losing hope on the American government. Another thing,
I said it here once that we are going to one-party system. Now, the music is playing now, everybody is seeing it. This APC government have captured Nigeria. They have overcome Nigeria and they have captured us. We don't have any option. Talking about 2027 election, it have done, dusted. The man that is there is already there. No matter whatever somebody can do, will be the petite article, all those things is babash. They have do this election. So Nigeria is in bad hands. They have captured us. Look at how everything is going up and down, just talking trash. Here and go. Have a good day. I'm tired. I'm tired of this country. The worst thing that happened to me is to be a Nigerian.
No, that's not the worst thing. Please, that's not the worst thing. There's always a reason for everything. God knows why he put you here. I'm very sure it's because you can make a change. So try to work towards that. The lines are still open, 0700 903 903 903. That's the regular call if you want to call us. And if you want to send us WhatsApp message or call us via WhatsApp, is 081 71 75 6338. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, we lost that call. Okay.
I just wanted to correct an impression. He said the Americans have dashed our hope. But we must also realize that America is a country where the system works. It's not a country where the president will just wake up and, act irrationally.
There's a process.
There's a process, and it is a process that they're following. There's no way American president would have sent some planes to Benin Republic without clearing from the house. So we mustn't take the way we behave in Nigeria to believe that is the normal way to behave outside the shores of Nigeria.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, enough is enough. Nigerians, especially houses without prepaid meters, cannot continue to be paying for blackout. IKEDC Ijegum business unit informed the people living in Ijegamo community that there won't be power supply at all for 14 days. Yet at the end of the month, erratic estimated billings would be distributed to all customers. It's time for the government to mandate all electricity distribution companies to give all their customers prepaid meters and be deducting 50% on every recharge from the money meant for the purchase of electricity unit card until the total amount of the prepaid meters is completed. These, I believe, so much will put end to the scam of collecting money for electricity that was not supplied or used by customers. Finally, now that American soldiers are in Nigeria, the government and our military should show more transparency in their dealings so that the country can overcome the problem of insecurity. Wow. Okay, you like saying this. God bless Nigeria. Temitokwe Onatoye from Ijegamo community. Thank you very much, Temitokwe, for your thoughts this morning. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, please.
This is Mr. Mba from Ilasan.
Mr. Mba, thanks for joining us. Go right ahead.
Yeah, talking about the queue in Cotonou, please, Mr. Mba is asking, who signed the military force to Nigeria government? Or the president will take it by his own force to do that? Who signed it? Who support it? Then concerning those who are raising their mouths concerning America not interfering in our sovereignty, I want to ask, will Nigeria take any move to intervene or saying that America will come and take our resources? Have Nigeria went to Copenhagen and take their resources? Any man, any woman who hate teach, are sure they will surely pay for that. Now they cannot talk about the truth. Open and enlighten the people. Where did they put you today? Then bungle him to life imprisonment. It's a shame. It's very, very shame. Those who are supporting all this evil, seeing it happening in Nigeria, and here they're supporting one Nigeria, they will reap for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, the lines are still open, 0700 903 903 903 or 08171 75 6338. That last line was for WhatsApp calls and messages. Hello, good morning.
The man with a beautiful radio voice, radio friendly voice.
Good
morning.
See whining now. Good morning to you.
We'll be calling from
Okay, AB, thanks for joining us. What are your thoughts this morning?
I have said this every time we bash the president. Have we appreciated you for giving us Dangote refinery that is in Nigeria, the way Nigeria, we are blessed with it.
Don't keep saying that. Just be telling us how he has given us Nigeria's refineries, not Dangote. Dangote is a private venture. No matter what.
No. He has hands with the current president.
Unfortunately, we forget that there's a responsibility which the government is supposed to give to.
No. He was not president.
When it comes to private business. It's a private business. Dangote is not Nigerian refinery. We have NNPC. We have 2 or 3 refineries that are non-functional. What are we doing about it? That is where we should focus and not be talking about Dangote. Every time you call on radio station, you're talking about Dangote. Dangote is a private business. You can open up your own business. It has nothing to do with government. The duty of government is to create enabling environment for businesses to thrive and not to take responsibility for those businesses that are thriving. Do you know how many small businesses are closing down every day? Do you know? So when you come on air to come and talk, please, be well informed.
Okay, let's take this one from Benjamin from Shogunle. Good morning, VOP family. Burkina Faso grounded Nigeria aircraft. To me, is a shame. How can a whole Nigerian aircraft be detained in Burkina Faso, a country that is not up to 2 states in Nigeria? When is Nigeria going to regain her lost glory and start to command respect again in the Committee of Nations? Even if it's America that entered Nigeria illegally, Nigeria has the right to ground their aircraft. So it's not the matter of size. Sovereignty is sovereignty. If you are a small man and you marry your wife, he's your wife now. Somebody who is bigger and fatter than you cannot come and carry your wife just because you are small in nature. Can he? That's what is happening. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, what we are talking about now. You see, we are adjusting to one-party system in this country. Every governor, minister, everybody, they want to join APC. Like what happened in Benin. They say the president amended constitution that is supposed to decide he has restricted it to 7 years. And Barrister Dallas said it yesterday, and I saw what he said is true. What Nigeria is shifting up, you see at the end of this year, this Robert Stan Senate, they will approve because it's power drunk. He wants to overrule it. He can catch up everywhere. So whatever he says is what they approve for him. And I believe that is what he's shifting to do. He wants to shift. I just this 4-year tenure to increase to stay in the power, because these kind of people, when you see things like this, you wonder how they can be drunk with power. They don't even cast up foundation. Immediately he went to Benin. When he knew what that man is doing is wrong, he started in Benin. But when American want to come in and say he's killing Nigerians, killing people, just killing here to help us fight the terrorists, he didn't agree. They now that's going from place to place to truncate the report of Trump. But he ran immediately to Benin to go and support the evil that man is doing there. I don't know why African leaders are very, very nuisance. Even the one in Tanzania, see that woman, a woman, terrorizing through the whole nation. What is happening with African leaders? They cannot, they want to eliminate democracy. They are not eliminating the proper thing that the country they are using. Like we are eliminating them. We cannot practice what they are doing and follow the right person. It's very bad.
Thank you.
God will touch them up there. Let us in 2027.
Thank you. Now we call some. Now they pray to ancestors. So our own ancestors don't want to die first. They want libation while they're still alive. So that's what is happening in Africa.
No, but our ancestors have been helping us. I mean, each time we say we are broke, Sani Abacha will send us.
He died first before he started helping us. But these ones don't want to die.
Well, it's the irony of saying the youths are leaders of tomorrow. I think it's just
tomorrow never comes.
It never comes, and it's some way of caging the youths from thinking outside the box.
Okay. Let me take this call before. Okay, we lost that call. Morning to you all in the studio. APC will win 2027 election convincingly. Please, if I may ask, is it by voting or rigging? Are you people still depending on INEC and the judiciary? What is APC going to campaign with? Is it the hungry Nigerians that will vote for the APC, or citizens living in the IDP camp, or the people that Boko Haram and bandits have made them fatherless and motherless? Is it Nigerians that cannot afford to pay light bill? Is APC and their followers blind and deaf concerning the hopelessness of Nigerians? Is it unemployed Nigerians that will vote for APC? Time shall tell. Come 2027, APC will be disgraced out of office by the grace of God. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikotu. First thing you have to do is get your PVCs. If you do this, God will not come and vote out APC or any bad leader. And the problem is not APC. The problem is the bad leaders that are within APC. I'm very sure if you do a search, you will find at least one person that is good enough, even in APC. So it's the bad leaders, no matter what party they belong to. Call us on 0700 903 903 903 if you want to give us a regular call. 0700 903 903 903, or if it is WhatsApp you prefer, 081 71 75 6338, 081 71 75 6338. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and location?
My name is Esther.
Esther, thanks for calling us, Queen Esther.
Mr. Chidaka, thank you for signing that man. It's so much of him. Every time we just be coming to tell us what is wrong. So we continue to bless you people. VOP will not die in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay, thank you very much. Someone asks, is Kwan a name of a person, or why didn't you tell your listener what Kwan stands for? A popular pastor is the name of the pastor, a mystery that shouldn't be known by your listeners. Phil is in Okota. Okay, that was the headline. I was reading the headlines. I didn't want to go into the details. Pastor Joshua, TB Joshua, was the owner of Kwan.
The founder of Kwan.
The founder of Kwan. So, but he is late now. People are carrying on the mantle, and that is why they are in the news today. Good morning, VOP. Please, is Nigerian leadership thinking at all? What is happening in Nigeria is worse than Benin. What is Nigeria fighter jet doing in Burkina Faso? This government is fast forwarding the days of Nigeria's doom. This is from Ikemba, from Mafuluku Oshodi. And this one is saying, why do Nigerians keep ending their comments with the statement, God bless Nigeria? What do you say to someone who is under a curse instead of planning and, if need be, fighting to deliver himself from the curse, but he continues to pray that God blesses him for being placed under a curse? Lord Lugard's amalgamation of 1914 is a curse on the two protectorates. So why keep asking God to bless that action? Your analyst is naive by insinuating that Tinubu has no spiritual powers to disrupt the opposition parties. Did you ever say that he has no spiritual powers? It's very simple, sir. Just pay people good money and spread them across the opposition parties to enter there and disrupt everything. What is working here is big money. Anyanwu and his group are under the payroll of Tinubu, same as Abure and Apampa in Labour Party. As we speak, Tinubu also has men and women already in ADC to disrupt it, but how many Nigerians know that? Okay, thank you for that. In just 2 minutes, we'll be taking a breather to join other guests that will be in the studio here. Hello, presenter. Good morning, Mr. Presenter. My name is Nyamgul. The First Lady is just too full of herself because she has been given too many titles in different states in Nigeria. That scenario that took place in Osun State yesterday was simply a way to disgrace the governor. Why will she be the one to go on stage to stop governor from singing? As an invitee, she has no right to do so whatsoever. It's a pity how we got here. Only God knows. Esther from Jakonde Estate is solo. God bless the voice of the people. station. Okay, let's wrap it up. The First Lady went and told the governor to wrap up in Osun State, in his own state, because whatever he was doing.
You know, when we have not been able to curb this issue of office of the First Lady,
an unconstitutional office.
And then you create a budget for it, you create an office for it, you regularize illegality. That's what you have. I mean, it's the height of impunity. And whoever is talking to the First Lady should tell her to slow down. Nigerians didn't vote her. Nigerians voted Ebola Ahmed Tinubu and Shatima, and not Ebola Ahmed Tinubu, Oluremi Femi, Oluremi Tinubu. No. Okay. You on one hand you have the wife of the president. On the other hand, you have the son of the president. Yeah. So everybody's claiming to be
the first daughter.
The first daughter. Yeah. So it's an aberration of the entire system.
Thank you, Prince Chilaka, for your thoughts today. It's been fun having you in the house. We'll see you again next week, I hope.
Definitely.
Thank you for that. Okay, it's still Voice of the People, and the program is Front Page Review. But we'll take a breather, like I said, to be able to do some business. And this business is to gather all your wealth in one place. Yeah, she's the famous gather person. Okay, so tell us about what we're gathering today.
Good morning, Lagosians. It has been a wonderful day. I am happy this morning. I don't know whether you are happy with me. I am so happy. Gather Social Media paid 32,000 persons. Last time I was here, I said 20,000, right? 32,000 persons as we speak. And over 600 persons made a withdrawal in their share. I don't want to mention name or quantity of withdrawal, how much they were withdrawing in share. It was so magnificent. It was so great. We don't mention name due to security purposes. Imagine a person that bought our share when it was 6 cents. And now the share is $17. Imagine if this person just takes away 20 pieces of this share to sell. It's so much money. That is what we teach people. In Gather Social Media, we breed wealth. We help people build wealth. We are not Ponzi. We are not we don't scam people. And we are not money doublers. I want to say that very clearly. Because a lot of people rush to us that thinking that when they bring 100,000 in the morning, in the afternoon, it will be 200. No, we don't do that. But when you bring that 100,000 in a couple of months, it will be running in millions. That is what we do. So we help you build your wealth. And it has been so much good news on this. I don't want to mention congratulatory messages people have been sending to me. It has been amazing. It's so refreshing that I can help people get to this point, And somebody was telling me, Mama, do you know that I started with Gather Social Media platform with nothing, but today I can cough out 200,000 every month? I didn't know. A lot of people, even my friends, are doing the same. I said, are you serious? Just by posting. So, same Gather Social Media platform for the people that are listening to me for the first time is a platform, a social media platform like every other social media platform. When you hear Facebook, Instagram, just like that. But this has a swag. Let me put it that way. Other social media platform, before you get monetized, you must have 5,000 followers before you start making money. But in Gather Social Media platform, come in, give us that your beautiful picture, beautiful video. Go and check your wallet. Your money is there already. You withdraw it. Now, and I want to tell my listeners, I don't want people to be withdrawing 5,000, 6,000, 1,000. It's so heartbroken. Don't do it. Gather your money. It's a Gather Social Media. So gather the money plenty. I want you to be dropping for me 200,000, 150, 1 million, because you can make it in this platform within 1 month without adding 1 naira. Secondly, don't neglect the share. It's not good to come to a clean water. You use a hand and fetch the water. Yes, you just want to drink water, use hand. You know, it doesn't make sense. Why you have 25 liters you can use to pull the water? You know what I mean? So please don't neglect our share. Our share is a lifesaver. Our share will organize your future. This share is $17 today, just within a couple of 4 months, $17. In another 1 year, 2 years, do you know how much this share will worth? Facebook, when they sold their shares, it was $2. Today is over $1,000 for one, and it's a public share. But right now, you have the opportunity to get our private share. Private share makes you co-owner with the company, but public share does not. You're just a shareholder. All right, and we will stop selling our private share by March. March, you will be buying from people that are in private share. You will enter public share. Take it or leave. That is the company's decision. All right. So this is your opportunity to get your private share with Gather social media platform where you make money on a daily basis. So we have a training coming on Thursday and on Saturday. But today, I'm mentioning that of Saturday. Tomorrow, I will mention the venue of Thursday's own. All right. So today, I'm talking about this the seminar that will take place on Saturday, 3 Opebi Road, Sweet Sensation Building, Ikeja, Lagos, by 9 a.m. In fact, we are starting 8:45. If you come by 11, if you know that you will get there by 11, don't come. We are not repeating the seminar for you. Okay. Now send a message to this number so that I will book you for the training. 080-375-05737. This is my personal WhatsApp number. WhatsApp preferable, please. 080-375-05737. Then my PS number is 081 60 65 39 56. 081 60 65 39 56. My own personal number. If you call me, I did not answer. If you send a message, I did not. Please reach out to my PA with this number 081 6065 3956. My own personal number is 080-375-05737. 080-375-05737. See you all on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
My original people, una day. My prayer be say we go make am. So far we no be lazy. Na Kudos Homes Limited say make I come tell una about Christmas and New Year promo. How you go buy better land, take and build better house where your power go reach. For them land where dey for open place, no be poto land, no be water side, no be acquisition land. Come buy land for Omu Ketu Ekpe, Kudos Heritage Phase 1, wey be 3.5 million naira before. Now e don become 2.3 million. As we don comot 20% discount, dem land wey dey for Omu Ketu Ekpe, Kudos Heritage Phase 2, wey we dey sell for 2.5 million naira before, we comot 20% discount, e become 2 million naira. Kudos Town, Ishiwo Ekpe, na 1.5 million naira we dey sell am before. As we comot 20% discount, e become 1.2. All 20% discount wey we dey comot, na you go collect am immediately wey you don pay for your land. You fit collect 20% discount cash, or make you collect one big bag of rice plus one live chicken. Na this number you go zama: 081 53 40 8218. 081 53 40 82